Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mama Vic channel. And on this channel guys, we cover crypto content, we cover the trend, and the trend is starting to materialize. We're starting to see things pop up in the crypto space that make a lot of sense. Now, before I get into this interesting video, hopefully it's interesting, very interesting hopefully, let's look at the market across the board. We've had Bitcoin make a miraculous recovery. I'm going to call this miraculous. This is a bounce back, a shock to the market. There's different dynamics, different reasons. All we know is that the market just bounced back for one reason, for many reasons. One of the reasons could be, well, Bitcoin had bottomed quite a lot. From 69,000 all the way to about 32,000, 31,000. Definitely people were buying the dip, especially people that had cashed out then. I mean, 50% drop, more than 50% drop is a pretty good opportunity. So it kind of makes sense that you see this kind of bounce back. Same thing with Ethereum, same thing with other altcoins. They dropped, of course, due to a sell-off. Maybe there was some fear in the market and people bought back because it was an amazing opportunity. Some cryptos fell by 50%, 60%, 70%. And when you evaluate the projects, it's different from 2017. You can actually see the value in these projects. You can see the teams. You can see the money they're raising with VC funding. You can see the community effect that they're building. So you can see some of these things, they're real things. So today when you're investing in cryptocurrency projects, whether it's NFTs, whether you're providing DeFi on an anonymous DeFi platform, you're looking out for the teams and the track record they're building themselves. And what we're going to cover in today's video is going to put a lot of things into perspective in terms of aligning with the trend and also looking at what's happening in the crypto space. But markets are green across the board. It looks pretty good. Bitcoin has the biggest market share. Ethereum, things like Solana, Polkadot, AVAX, the stablecoins USDT, Shiba Inu, Matic Network. These are some of the cryptos, Crypto.com. So this is one way you can also look at the market and see the type of thinking. Look at the use cases of these different cryptocurrencies. I can name you just some random ones. Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin transacting, Ethereum smart contracts, Solana same thing, DOT interoperability, AVAX smart contracts, stablecoins here, stablecoin, linking different assets. So Chainlink is doing something like that, providing data. So each of these different cryptocurrencies is trying to provide a particular service, or at least they specialize in a particular service, unless of course they're trying to usurp another cryptocurrency because of different scalability issues. Guys, the first thing I want to look at today is this, because I think it's one of the most important things. It truly brings the use case of cryptocurrencies into the mainstream, into whether you've been a part of this crypto space or not. This is pretty cool. Assange Dao raises 38 million in donations to help free WikiLeaks founder. Guys, this is a short write-up. I'm going to read the whole thing. The other things that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to summarize them and put them into perspective, but this one I think it speaks for itself. A decentralized autonomous organization set up to support the liberation of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange from prison has raised 12,569 Ethereum, or around $38.8 million at current prices. Guys, this is why crypto was created. Assange is currently fighting extradition to the United States following a court ruling in December that overruled a British court ruling barring extradition. He is currently locked up in London, in a London prison where he's been since 2019. Donations started rolling in on February 4th. Guys, February 4th, according to Juicebox, the community funding platform hosting the campaign. Funding accelerated over the weekend, doubling over the past 24 hours to the current level. According to Assange Dao Twitter feed, it's now the largest Juicebox Ethereum raise in history, exceeding that of Constitution Dao, which raised funds in November to purchase an original copy of the United States Constitution. A tweet here, Assange Dao is now the largest Juicebox raise in history, exceeding that of the Constitution Dao. Congrats everyone, this is seriously exceeded our wildest expectations. The comparison has been made in Ethereum terms. So here they just talk about that when you scale back, this could have been like $49 million if you look at Ethereum's highest priced, or at least at a certain time. Assange Dao is described as a collective of cypherpunks aiming to raise Ethereum in return for justice governance tokens. So this will be used to bid on an NFT collection called Censored by digital artist Pac in collaboration with Julian Assange. Guys, Pac, one of the most successful NFT artists out there, is partnering with this Assange Dao, basically collaborating with Assange, Julian Assange. So the proceeds from the sale will go towards Assange Defense Fund for legal fees and campaigning to raise awareness by Julian Assange's extradition case. And this is the thing. The Assange DAO, this is by WikiLeaks, has now broken $30 million barrier in less than 3 days for its fund, guys. Oh my gosh. For its fundraising, which will go to defend WikiLeaks publisher Julian Assange, facing a 175-year sentence. Guys, this is bullshit. Excuse me for cursing. Anyways, amazing. That's why I love crypto. So, 175-year sentence for revealing war crimes. This is awesome. The genesis of Assange Dao began in a Telegram group in mid-December on the day that the US government won its appeal of the UK court ruling that barred Assange's extradition. So the official website states if extradition to the United States, Assange faces 175 years in prison if extradited to the United States. So in prison for publishing truthful information. The concept was inspired by the Free Rose DAO, which raised $12 million to free Rose Ulbricht, founder of the dark web marketplace Silk Road. So Julian Assange has been held in London's Belmarsh prison, where he's been for the past 3 years. He had previously spent most of almost 7 years held up in Ecuadorian embassy in London, protected by asylum. Yeah, actually what happened in this story, I think he was held up in this embassy for a while, but then something weird happens. I think he started publishing something about that particular embassy. So the embassy was like, you know what? No. This is a rather jittery character we have here. So the embassy was like, we're washing our hands off this person, and that's when the protection shield kind of went away, and that's how we ended up into jail. So there's a decentralized autonomous organization raising money for that. Guys, okay, let's proceed in today's video. But that's the purpose of crypto. Bitcoin breaches a 50 DMA in a major trend reversal, and Lightning Network capacity at all-time high. This is basically talking about what I talked about. Bitcoin made this weird reversal in its trend. And of course, the Lightning Network, as we know, El Salvador, and these apps like the Cash App that is really fronting the use of the Lightning Network on the Bitcoin network. Those that don't know what that is, that's a scaling solution for the Bitcoin network, just like Ethereum has the layer 2 scaling solution like Polygon Matic, Arbitrum, Optimism, and other types of technologies to scale Ethereum. So Lightning Network, it does that for Bitcoin. Whale activity indicates trend reversal. So more articles talking about this trend reversal in altcoins, Bitcoin, and basically appealing to the fact that there was an amazing opportunity when it came to the downtrend of crypto. But guys, do your own research, invest in projects that you think are going to have longevity, and make sure you're investing your money in projects that are real, teams that are real, people that are driven. Okay, in that way, you will have peace of mind regardless of what the market does. US Treasury targets NFTs for potential high-value market laundering. Guys, I'm going to read the talking points in here, and you're going to see why such articles are frustrating. First of all, we saw Christie's a couple of years back, I think 2017, sell an art piece for, guys, $500 million. We don't know who these people are. We don't know where they got the money. We don't know what they're doing. But yeah, they get a pass because they have $500 million. Now, I'm going to explain why such things really pissed me off. I'm going to just read the talking points and then you see what I'm talking about. But let me first read the first paragraph. The US Department of Treasury released a study on high-value art market, highlighting the potential in non-fungible token space to conduct illicit money laundering or terror financing operations. The talking points. Okay, let's first read the study. The Treasury study for the facilitation of money laundering and terror finance through the trade works of art suggested that the increase of use of art as an investment or financial asset could could make high-value art trades vulnerable to. Oh my God, guys, this is so funny. It's so funny because the people with high net worths are allowed to do whatever they want, and guess what? Now that the field is becoming level, it's becoming a level playing field, and now it's a crime to buy art. Guys, as I keep saying, we have to let the market decide itself. If there's decide for itself, if there's comes within the market, they'll get weeded out with time. This is a free market, laissez-faire type of economy. So the talking points. The emerging online art market may present new risks depending on the structure and incentives of certain activity in the sector of the market. That is true. Either purchase of NFTs, digital units, and underlying blockchains that can represent ownership. Guys, everything is a risk. Even being born is a risk. According to the US authorities, in the first 3 months of 2021, the market of NFTs generated a record $1.5 billion in trading and grew 2,627% over the previous quarter. Moreover, traditional industry participants such as art auction houses or galleries may not have the technical understanding of distributed ledger technologies required to practice effective customer identification and verification in this space. Guys, I'm actually going to look at someone that created this platform called Terra that looks at the Terra Luna platform, and that's going to appeal to some 3 points that we're going to look at that are going to really help with the mainstream adoption of crypto. So more talking points. Now, this person here, my biggest flex this year was walking away from my banking career of 16 years to go into crypto full time. I retired my parents, and now my goal is to retire my siblings and get them working for themselves. NFTs and DeFi are breaking down generational curses of poverty. Guys, I don't need to say anything about that, anything more about that. I think it really, what should I say? It illegitimizes what these so-called overpowers, these powers that be, that want to see us and tell us what to do. I don't know what's wrong with humans. Guys, okay, I don't want to be a sourpuss in today's video. Let us cover the content. So 3 things the crypto sector must offer to truly mainstream, to truly go mainstream with trading finance or traditional finance, So reforming the face of finance is crypto's primary sales pitch, but the sector needs to offer a few basic concepts before being welcomed into the arms of traditional financial sector. So what they're talking about in this article is diversity of goods and services. So basically, the traditional sector, you have money, you can purchase a whole bunch of things, whether products provided by the banks, whether you're going into all kinds of things. Money is a form of trade. You can exchange it for other products that people want to let go of. Okay, so diversity in the crypto space. If we go past just NFTs, DeFi, lending and borrowing, which I think those are a lot of use cases already, but if we provide a more diverse range of goods, this is going to help the general adoption of crypto. Of course, if you can buy Amazon products with crypto, if you can pay for Spotify with crypto, you can pay your web browsers with crypto, you can purchase goods online with crypto, I think this is an integration that will happen very seamlessly. So I'm not too worried about that. A reliable credit scoring system. Guys, that takes me back to the article that I want to talk about. I think it's Terra Luna something. Lunatics. Yes, this one. So with this Lunatics platform, you can actually evaluate different addresses. Okay, if it lets me load. Guys, if it doesn't let me load, I'll just explain. Evaluate different addresses and give them a score. So this score can easily be used to determine which addresses can offer maybe a little collateral to borrow. So if those that have used decentralized finance platforms, you have to over collateralize in order to, for example, if you over collateralize with like $10,000, you can only borrow $2,000 or $3,000 worth of whatever token you want to borrow. So if certain wallets have a credit score, okay, for example, like Luna rankings, you can see different wallets and they have a different ranking. It may be easy for these DeFi platforms to actually, for lending and borrowing to happen, and insurance and things like that. So we have, if you've used local Bitcoins, one of the peer-to-peer ways to purchase crypto, you realize that there is already a system there, credit sort of ranking system there. So I think some of these things are they're naturally forming. We just don't know about them. But it's a very good point. So a reliable credit scoring system, and they give the example of lunatic rankings. The other thing is an actively managed collateral evaluation system. And guys, that ties into what I've just said. Normally, you're over collateralized, so you borrow a certain amount of money. But if there's a way to reduce that collateral, for example, there's certain platforms where you can lend your NFTs and collateralize off that. But this normally applies to blue chip NFTs like Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. So these NFTs that have established themselves, so it's easy for these companies to actually hold on to them and then give you a loan, because they've created such very niche communities, expensive communities to get into, to the point that the owner of this NFT is probably not willing to let go of it for a bunch of money. So it's easy to use them for collateral. So improving these standards is going to really help mainstream adoption of crypto. Okay, easy to use DeFi protocols will become the new gatekeepers to crypto. Guys, those that have been watching my channel, you understand I'm extremely bullish about DeFi platforms. Some of the biggest centralized exchanges out there, like Binance, the CEO of these exchanges is also extremely bullish about decentralized platforms. You may ask yourself, what does that matter? These are the people that have helped drive this crypto space, so it matters their opinion. So DeFi platforms are really going to govern liquidity. That also goes into the talking points rather the point of taking crypto mainstream. Liquidity is very key and fundamental. So, and having a whole suite of activities that you can have within these DeFi platforms, like lending and borrowing. In this example, they talk about what are the problems with existing entry points. So they talk about platforms like Solana Market Business, and some of these, they were very successful. So in order to increase the accessibility of crypto, projects have to be able to adopt to things such as high gas fees. So those that have used Ethereum, the gas fees are extremely high. So in Ethereum network. So when platforms like Solana offered their NFT marketplaces, you saw a huge sale in there. Guys, this looks like a bubble. If you're not in this space, in the Solana ecosystem, if you're looking from the outside like me, I'm not really dived that deep into the Solana ecosystem. This looks kind of scary. 3,888 Sol tokens, guys. Each Solana is going for $115. Wow. The cheapest I've seen here is like, you see 189 Sol. Each Sol is $105. Do the math. So the cheapest one going for about $30,000. Guys, I don't know what to think about this. Many people have asked me, what do I think of the NFT bubble? And I've always said that the NFT bubble won't be like the 2017 crypto bubble, because someone from the board, Yacht Club, is not going to easily let go of your NFTs. Depending on the utility of these NFTs, regardless of what the market is doing, some of these are just going to get higher and higher price floors. So the NFT bubble is going to be a bit different. So for this not to become a bubble, what you're seeing right here, they have to really provide proper utility for these NFTs. Otherwise, when the owners of these NFTs start selling them off, then anyways. But yes, because NFTs are not that liquid, it also helps with avoiding that so-called bubble that could easily happen with very liquid assets, like what happened in 2017 with the ICO bubble. So one other interesting thing, this article here is appealing to the fact that the crypto industry is more bullish than the Bitcoin charts of January 27th. So basically what they're saying, most people aren't too sure, are we in a bear or bull market? But look at I always talk about this, the VC funding. Different projects have been valued. If you look at FTX exchange, it was recently valued again at about 30 something billion dollars, 32, 38 billion dollars. That's insane. That's insane. You have NFT projects that have come up that have extremely high valuations. But let us look at it, and this is going to make a lot of sense. So all I'm saying here is, for all the talk about crypto bear market, VCs and smart money investors don't seem to care. Some of the VC rounds I'm seeing are absolutely wild. Stay tuned. Look at this. Fireblocks. Those that have watched my channel have talked about Fireblocks a lot in the past. As one of those institutional custodians, they've actually listed cryptocurrencies that I'm very excited about, like Fetch.AI. So these guys have raised an extra $550 million. Not just that, they've gone ahead to go into this weird series funding called Series E. So they've gone through A, B, C, I guess D, and now they're E. So although very few companies make it to Series C funding, crypto infrastructure provider Fireblocks has gone a few steps beyond that threshold as it continues to scale its operations. So the company raised $550 million in its latest round, bringing its total valuation to a whopping $8 billion. CEO Michael Sholoff explained to Cointelegraph that VC backers recognize that the crypto industry is still in its formative years, so making now an ideal time to invest. So we're talking about a Series E funding. Guys, Phantom Wallet, the main wallet on the Solana ecosystem. We've just looked at Solana. Speaking of the 9-figure funding round, this thing they've raised $109 million. So cross-platform crypto wallet Phantom secured $109 million in financing this week, bringing its valuation to $1.2 billion. So Phantom has emerged as a leading crypto wallet for the Solana ecosystem, having attracted more than 2 million monthly active users. Guys, this points to something. We're starting to see the trends. And of course, here Jack Dorsey giving his opinion about how Facebook did the whole thing, went about it wrong. Okay, we know also Jack Dorsey is trying to really get into this whole NFT space. Twitter. Speaking of Twitter and Jack Dorsey, guys, I didn't plan this. There's an individual. This article was actually quite insightful rather. This person designed a way to mint NFTs on Twitter, or to turn your tweets into NFTs. Of course, you can do this. You can take a screenshot, you can go mint them, and you can turn them into NFTs. But we're talking about your own sort of platform. And not only do they talk about this platform, actually used it, but you use the test net on Ethereum. So of course, because Ethereum gas fees are so high, but you can mint this stuff on your testnet on Ethereum, and you can see them on OpenSea. I actually minted one of my tweets just to test, and it actually works. But the reason why I'm talking about this platform here, or rather this article, is because this person also goes ahead to talk about the process that they go through to actually mint their NFTs, and they provide links. And that's how I also found out about this platform. So those people that are devs that are interested in this kind of thing, if you're interested in this kind of thing, you can look at this article. They're called Third Web. And these guys make your life easy when you want to mint your own NFTs. As you can see, mint your own NFTs using Third Web. As you follow this one page, you can see at the bottom, you've minted your own NFT using Third Web and the TypeScript SDK, so software development kit. You should be proud. So it's a very short process, and you're going to learn how to mint your own NFTs. This is very advantageous if you don't want to rely on one particular platform that might get too crowded at one moment, because everyone's trying to mint a certain NFT you're trying to release, and this might affect your sales. So knowing about this is really important. So last two articles I want to talk about. This is an NFT. It's called Soil Wars, or a bunch of what they're creating. Well, it's rather called Rebelbots, but they've created a section of it called Soil Wars. But what I wanted to say is that Rebelbots, an upcoming NFT game to launch on the Polygon blockchain, announced today it has secured investment from top-tier investors including Ubisoft, Overwolf, and Makers Fund via a $2 million private token sale following a prior $2 million seed round investment. So this is just bringing to your attention, not only is this Polygon network one of the biggest layer 2 scaling solutions on the Ethereum network, at least fronting that kind of technology. That is the use case they're trying to focus on. You're having this NFT space, gaming and metaverse spaces building on it. So if you want to look at this, prepare whenever they launch their land real estate, virtual real estate. If you want to get a part of this, if you want to play in this, then this is something you might want to look into, especially if you're very bullish on the Polygon-matic ecosystem. As you can see, those Solana NFTs are trading for an impossible amount of money. The last thing I want to talk about, speaking of NFTs, BuzzFeed backlash after doxing of Bored Ape Yacht Club founders. So of course, the two Bored Ape Yacht Club founders were found out by American internet media and entertainment company BuzzFeed. So one of them is here, and they tweeted, got doxed against my will. Oh well. Then I guess they posted this, Web2 me versus Web3 me. So laser eyes, Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. And then the other guy got doxed, so why not? Web2 me versus Web3 me. And if you read this article, you can find their names. Kobe called, I think their names are listed here. Okay. They're right here. So Notopoulos was able to uncover the pair's identities by searching the publicly available records of Yuga Labs, the company behind the collection. Yuga was incorporated in Delaware with the address associated with Greg Solana and the others. So you can find their names here, Gargamo, their sort of nicknames and their real name, Greg and so on. So I don't know. I guess the community that own these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs were not very happy about this, because it's always something exciting about mystery, who founded these things. You don't really know who they are, but they're very valuable. So I guess that's why some people are not happy about this. Hey, but it is what it is. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, mostly about NFTs and whatever is going on, but I think I've covered most of the trends that are happening right now in the crypto space. Look at play to earn, NFTs, decentralized finance, decentralized exchanges as well. So all these things are taking up, and also decentralized autonomous organization, just like we've seen with Julian Assange and others, raising over $30 million to help this guy get out of something he's not supposed to be in the first place. At least he has the support of most people out there. All right, people, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.